All right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We the brothers from the Cleveland branch, Great Millstone, the prophets of the Lord. Come back at you with another quick hit through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, man. And before we get started, we gonna give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Brachah Kadash. We gonna give double honors to our elders and our apostles out in New York. The real truly this all Israel on earth today, if you can receive it. Peace, love, and blessings to the 144,000, the elect, plus the innumerable multitude of men, women, and children that believe on the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, that will be granted salvation in these last days, man. And I got a quick article about earthquake, man. A 2.3 magnitude earthquake was in Northeast Ohio, man.
And if I can add, Salaki, it's just showing you the sign of the times, because, I mean, brother, I wasn't even aware of it, and I'm in the brother cap, you know what I mean? But the thing about it is, that Ohio doesn't normally get earthquakes, as well as the brother speaking on an earthquake. We recently just got a tornado.
The same, look, it's so crazy because it was the same day, the same time.
I did not know that.
While the tornado was hitting, it was an earthquake on Thursday.
That's signs of the times.
And it was the Day of Atonement, man. So that's spiritual, man.
Very much so.
Very spiritual. But it says a 2.3 magnitude earthquake recorded in Northeast Ohio. It says Cleveland, a 2.3 magnitude earthquake shook Madison Township Thursday morning, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The USGS said the tremor was recorded around 8:45 a.m. and was just over 4 miles deep. USGS said the earthquake occurred near Lake County and Ashtabula County line. And we go get into the scriptures, and I'm gonna look over this though.
So, God, I'm gonna come out with the scripture, because at the end of the day, it's certain. The Lord said there was gonna be certain things going on the earth at the time before it's coming, and that's why, like the brother brought out, like I was aware of the tornado, I wasn't aware of the earthquake, and for them to both be happening at the same time, those are different signs that the Lord is showing you that He's about to visit the earth. But I'm gonna start with Isaiah chapter 46, because all this was written beforehand. It was predestined. You know, Isaiah 46 and verse 9, and it reads, "Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me." Verse 10, "Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." So basically, you know, the Lord is basically showing, He's visiting the earth by the different signs, the different earthquakes. You know, in the book of Matthew, it talks about when the disciples asked Yahweh Shai, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, what would be the signs of the times? He said it would be earthquakes at the times, or at the end. You got something you want to add to it, brother?
No, I can get the scriptures.
When we go to Isaac, 2nd Ezra. So
yeah, 2nd Ezra first.
I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9. We'll read from 1 down to 6, and it reads, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself."
It said, measure the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the time? What is the measuring stick? The scriptures, the prophecies. That way you know what time you're living in. You know what I mean? When certain prophecies come to pass, then you would know the times and the signs, man, and the seasons.
Because the Bible is a living book, meaning the things written in it actually come to pass. That's why it's the most, what's the word?
Accurate.
Not just accurate, but the most, the fascinating book to everybody. Everybody thinks it's the most printed, most stolen, but the least read. You know what I mean? You know,
and it's the most prophetic book. Well, it's the only prophetic book. Prophecy to say before something happened. Everything that the scripture said was go come to pass. Either came to pass, it's coming to pass, and it's gonna come to pass.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a living book. You know what I mean? In the book of Isaiah, Isaiah chapter 34 says, none of these were how they made. There's no book like the Bible. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which is the signs are the prophecies, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
It said,
I was just gonna say, and how is the Lord visiting the earth? He's visited by these different, like I said, different signs, these different natural occurrences that you so call them, the earthquakes, the tornadoes, the pestilences, the increase in violence that's going on the planet, the different things that the Lord said is gonna take place at the end. You know, you got it.
Read that back one time and then jump to Isaiah 29 and 6.
This is 2 Ezra 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
It said that the highest, talking about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, will visit the world that he made. But how will he visit the world?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6, and it reads, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
With what?
It says, with thunder and with earthquake.
That's what just happened on Thursday. Thunderstorms, earthquakes in a city that rarely ever had earthquakes.
Not just that, you know what I mean? Like and that Thursday, you know, I'll never forget it because it was a flash flood. Now I've heard of these things, you know, you always see the warnings about it, but I actually got caught up in this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was spiritual. I did a video that day, you know, because it was spiritual. I think I did a video once I finally got to work, but I was seeing how, like, basically, like, I work out in Lakewood, and Lakewood, everything was flooded. So the streets were flooded.
The freeway was flooded.
The freeway was flooded. I'm talking about cars literally drowned. It looked like
underwater. Yeah,
right. So
yeah.
literally, I was thinking of like the first death, the first judgment. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it just made me think of the people really didn't know what to do. Like I'm in the traffic, people having to turn around. They going one way. It's flooded here. They had to turn back around, constantly doing it. And I was just thinking, like, call law him like y'all, but because if they don't know what to do with something simple like this, they ain't gonna know what to do when the Lord really unleashed holy hellfire for real.
That's
you know
right.
What I mean? It was Edomite out there directing traffic, but basically he was stopping them from going down on the bridge. There was no other help. He didn't even help. He just directed traffic, and that's how Esau gonna be in these last days when, you know, holy hell really be unleashed. Going back at this 2nd Ezra. Well, no. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump to Matthew chapter 24. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. I can start. You want me to start up? Or?
Yeah, start with that one.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 1, and it reads, and Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus, and Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So go ahead, brother. You're working out. I was just going to say, basically, so the disciples basically inquired to the Lord about what will be the signs or what will be going on at the end of the age. It's not the end of the actual world. It's the end of this devil's rulership. You know what I mean?
Because when you go into that word world, it's 3 definitions in the Greek. You got eon, you got oikomente, and you got cosmos, meaning a certain time period, meaning the whole inhabited earth, and a selection of things or people. And like the brother said, it's talking about the end of the age.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it out of the blue letter. When you go into the word world,
Strong's G165, Ion.
So that's the word for world in this one. That's the Greek word, and it means forever and a broken age, perpetuity of time, eternity, the world's, the universe, a period of time, an age.
Time period.
It's a time period. It's not the, cosmos goes into people, and then oikoumene is, I think, the whole world. Time.
And habit of earth.
Time. So, like I said, it's talking about a time, a time period. Back in Matthew chapter 24, and it says, verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
And that's exactly what's going on, man. All about the last 3 to 4 years, really like 5 years, have been tension building up with what is it called? Proxy wars.
Oh, proxy wars, yeah.
Proxy wars, and America putting sanctions on everyone, and the tension between America and Russia,
and financial wars. So because you have the trade wars between China and America.
Yeah.
And trade wars usually lead to real wars. So you know what I mean.
That's the beginning stages.
So you know what I mean. Then look at where you at now. You said 4 or 5 years ago. Well, look at where they at now. You had America recently say about starting another draft.
Yeah.
Because basically they took away the draft, but now because of them taking it away, and nobody wants to go to war at wartime, and then they seeing that they might have to actually battle both China and Russia. The numbers dwindle. Then they're sending actual enlisted men into over to the areas of Ukraine and areas like that. They already moving, because the earth is getting set for the stage of war. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation.
And you got that going on too, man. We just saw that on a small scale in Alabama. What was that?
I forgot where it was at.
Montgomery, Alabama, man. The race wars, man. That right there put a spirit in the earth. You got people in Cleveland, Ohio, talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, wanting it with Esau.
I mean, like you said, all they did was rouse up a spirit. And Esau doing some things, rousing up spirits as well. Like I said, but that was just the Lord, like I read Isaiah 46, declaring.
Yeah.
He was just showing you, this, because that's what the scriptures talk about. It's going to be race wars in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. You know what I mean? We just read it. You know what I mean? Nation against nation, that's not only countries, but that's nations of people, different
nationality.
It says, for nation shall be against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, which, they talking about that, talking about all these different food processing plants being burnt down. They talk about the different harvests that basically were destroyed. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on where they're talking about there's going to be a shortage of food. They was just talking about the whole grain deal with the Ukraine, you know what I mean? Because of the war over there in Ukraine is the bread basket of the earth. They give and they basically had made deals to prolong, because at first they wasn't going to basically supply the earth with bread, you know what I mean? But then they prolonged it, but now, and all those are tactics of war. That's what comes with war. People starve, because the soldiers got to eat before anybody.
In the scriptures, in multiple cases, that's the first thing they did. When they besieged Jerusalem, they starved the people out first. You know what I mean? So, what your brother says is true.
And not only that, if you are a student of history or a student of any kind of knowledge of war or whatever, like you said, if you're aware of this, if you pay attention to what this government has been doing, like I said, because they're going to use food as a weapon. With when you go into like Stalin and Mao, the Chinese, I think his name was Mao, M-A-O, and Stalin, the Russian dictator, all of them basically, they starved out their citizens. Food has always been used as a weapon because you
control.
You can control. I mean, you go just look that up on it. Do a simple Google search. Food used as a weapon. It says. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes.
And we just had a pestilence in the year 2020, the so-called Xi 19 thing, but they're also bringing it back, man. You know what I mean? So this lockdown about to shut this shit down, man. It's about to go down.
And this is gonna be the one that's literally, like, not to digress, but it make all the sense, you know what I mean? Because when you go into it, like the Spirit had me checking into these economists and these banks, a lot of these banks failing way more than what they telling you.
Yeah.
So literally, what they got to do, it makes sense that they
Crash
don't.
the economy.
Well, it makes sense that they want to lock you down because people gonna flip the fuck out when they can't get to their money. Like I said, if society was still intact, you know what I mean, and then you can't get to your money. You gotta remember, America is heavily armed. You know what I mean?
It's more guns than people.
So therefore, and they know that. So they trying to basically, what's the word, cull that as much as possible. You know what I mean? They trying to, and they already know they're gonna have an issue with this second lockdown. You already got people, tempers is already flared up. People feel some kind of way. People are already struggling. Yeah, they already know.
You got the people that lost everything in their business through the first lockdown,
Right.
and they just now scuffling up
Right.
ends and a way to make ends meet. You think they about to lock down again for the second time and literally go all the way, bro? That bitch big as fuck.
What? Yeah, I was just trying to, is that a man or woman?
That's a broad. She
Nah, I
fight
see it.
though.
Yeah, you can see. Look like she a fuck the average motherfucker.
Yeah, she had knocked it out.
I looked at the build, I'm like, then I looked at the face, I'm like, damn, that's it. Yeah, Babylon. Salakia. But yeah, you absolutely, the brother absolutely right. And then when you take time to think about it, you had a lot of individuals that lost everything that were calling themselves doing the right thing. They was working a job, you know, taking care of their family. They lost everything, but you had motherfuckers scheme and plot and got over in the system. You know what I mean? And Esau allowed that to happen on purpose. You know what I mean? But yeah, these people ain't gonna just willingly lock down again, and that's what Esau's banking on. But back in this it says, and pestilences and earthquakes, which you brother just read, that we had an earthquake here, and in diverse places. And diverse places, what's that word diverse? I mean, I think diverse basically goes into
Different places,
Right,
like all over the world, man.
and like I said again, normally earthquakes don't happen in Cleveland. You know, it says according to it don't go into that like that. Let me get this. It says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So, you know what I mean? These things that were prophesied to happen, that's just the beginning. Because you still got Jacob's trouble, you still got the race riots, you know what I mean? You still got, you know, the mass famine. You know what I mean?
The sea hip to be planted all around the world, and even that's coming to pass, man. The sea hip is here, man. The M-O to the T to the B, man. The Revelations 13 to 16, man. All these things are here, man. But it's just at a small level. But like the brother just read, it's the beginning, man. Once these things increase, man, all hell go break loose, man.
I'm gonna go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, and then we're gonna finish it in here. The 2nd Ezra chapter 9, starting back at verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, which we just were speaking on, and uproars of the people in the world, which we've seen. You know, uproars is basically protests, people outraged at what's going on.
And that's literally happening everywhere except for America. Every other country around the world, man, is going against the government, man.
Well, even in America, you know, like the brother Tom Yali was speaking on what was going on in Georgia, where you had the media blackout, but I guess somebody in one of those Black Lives organizations, somebody got killed. Yeah, he was like, somebody got killed that was like some kind of organizer of some kind of organization, and basically Jake was tearing shit up down there, but it was a media blackout, they wasn't speaking on it. You know, I bet you there's all kind of protests going on here, because you got protests going on with certain cities. They implemented the facial recognition technology to get in to different Whole Foods. I can't remember what all cities, but it's certain cities that basically they do a facial scan on your face to see if you can gain interest to. I think the brother says some like I think it's some in New York or in the East.
Oh right? Yeah, it was fucking New York. Yeah,
but it's some other places as well. So and you best believe you got people protesting about that. Like that's discrimination. How the fuck you gonna do that? And then you talk about this is a land built on laws. This shit ain't built on laws. This is built on Esau will. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. And it's greed. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. When you go into that word manifest, basically means to suddenly appear. So that's why the brother said these things are appearing because they're manifesting because they were predestined or destinated to happen. This is how the Most High wrote the movie. Verse 6, I'm gonna end it with this. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So like the brother said, you had a tornado or earthquake all happening at the same day. And I didn't know that, you know what I mean? And like you said, at the end of the day, yeah, that's very, 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 very spiritual. Called law, you know what I'm saying? If that don't tell you something, when have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
And the brother was just bringing that out back something along the lines of that at camp. He's talking about how the Lord, I think it's like in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, he said the Lord gonna have fire mixed with the lightning or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like not shit, but you know what I mean? Like his brother's making mention of the devil and his direct energy weapons or his Duke machine. Like that ain't shit what the Lord gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's spiritual because like I said, that day, you know, that Thursday when they had the flash flood, you could hear the lightning. You could hear the thunder, you know what I mean? What's that, Psalms 18? The Most High thunder from the heavens. So, you know what I mean? Like the Lord is this close to fucking this place up. And, you know, brothers that's in the proper spirit, we await his judgment because this place needed. You know what I mean? Like, and we know the longer it takes for him to get to this is the longer it takes for us to get to the kingdom. So Lord willingly, he get to fucking this place up. So if you got anything else you want to say, brother?
Nah, that's about it, man. So hopefully this was an edifying lesson, man. With that, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all infinite glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors once again to our elders out in New York, man. Peace, love, and salutations to the Akim. Shalom.
Shalom. Waf.